Yeah. Greetings and salutations, guys, gals, people, and pals. It's the gentleman Sir Turtle, and this is the part two, the continuation of the conversation with AyeMarkyMarkYouTube. We were vibing, we were flowing, and I enjoyed it very much. So here's part two. We do like I know. I followed. I'm a believer of Guile. I don't know if you've seen the Guile strat. Have you heard about that?
Which one is that
Okay,
one?
so Beast and Geef, Cody, Guile, and Elena. And that's the team. And you go to the moon and back. So basically, you have the speed with Beast and Geef, but you also have his interrupt in the combo too. So you don't need a tank because you'll never get hit. And then Cody is there for a free ultimate. So you do your ultimate, interrupt your combo with Beast and Geef and with Guile because he's probably the strongest AoE DPS in the game right now because of Saber. And apparently you could get like 2 stacks of Saber within like 3 seconds or something with the built up Guile. And then once the one combo goes off, Cody is already free with another combo, activate it, and you just stun lock them forever.
Might be the team that if I do start off this free-to-play account, I'd probably just do that. Because, I mean, they're all win faction, right?
Yeah.
And God, the only one different is Elena, which is the healer. But
And remember how you were talking about the things in the store? Guile's one that you could purchase instead of Jerry. And that's why you can SSS Guile like almost twice as fast than anyone else in the game.
Yeah. And honestly, speaking about the store, right? I wasn't intentionally trying to purchase more stuff. My intention at first was try to see who can I get my first character as an SSS and as like a mini dolphin or however you want to call it. My first character was actually Chun-Li. I thought that was the character that was going to carry all of us, but I was wrong. I mean,
nah, you'd be surprised. I don't know if you're familiar with Roger.
I max her out, but I don't use her at all.
Really?
Like, you're up to this. She's literally either a link or on a secondary team.
Interesting.
Like they don't realize, like, when you reach certain stages, characters that you think that's been helping you in the early stages is gonna knock out the higher stages. It's not. Like, once you beat chapter 25 and above, you need the longevity characters, the ones that are gonna die fast. That's why you always see Fashion Sakura in the lineup, because she helps out a lot just not dying.
Yeah, because she takes the percentage hit.
Damage, she heals, and she doesn't die. So matching her up with Bison, that's a strong lineup for me. That's why I kept her, Rose, and Elena. Because my strategy, how I figured it out, that progressed me all this time in chapter mode. Elena's free heal. Rose is pretty much free heal as well and damage, but she has so much stuff in her passive that helps out the whole team.
So much. It's ridiculous.
Doesn't die. So, and my Bison is my main damage dealer. So I'm literally having Bison dish out his ultimate, killing everyone. And he could die so many times. He could just, I actually want him to get to that 0 health to do the AoE move that he does, right? And then just having the other 3 literally, hey, I'm gonna heal you. I'm gonna heal you too. Like, they're just playing patty cake in the back while I'm having Bison just clear out the stage.
That's insane.
So that was my strat, honestly. Like, it's been helping a lot. I mean, I did, but right now at chapter 31, it's not really helping that much anymore because you need more damage.
So you have a sleeper damage right now. I don't know if you're aware of it, but F Sakura, I don't know how high you have her for fighting spirit.
21. It's 21.
I know, yeah, like, then you have it pretty good. If you could get it to 30, she starts off the fight with plus crit on the whole team.
Yeah, no, I know. And that's the thing too. That's why I'm not, my highest fighting spirit would be on Bison, which is 27. And that's the thing. That's what I was telling you. I would have had progressed farther in the game if I knew with this 1000% packs, right?
Yeah.
I never bought that in the beginning, and I didn't really consider as a new player that the fighting spirit was really gonna make a difference of the character in the later stages.
Yeah.
'Cause I was so focused on getting him to SSS, getting him to the highest level. I was spending my resources on that and trying to level up their equipment. Honestly, in my mind, even though I'm regretting it, I wasn't thinking to max level their fighting spirit at all. I was thinking, okay, level
There's
10.
nothing in game that shows you that, to be honest. Like, people
Yeah,
don't
then
even
that's the
know
thing,
about fighting spirit until you SS a character, and then people are like, "Ooh, what's this?"
Yeah. And what sucks now too, summoning cars got introduced.
Oh
But
man.
what they don't realize, you can't even like, let's say you summoned it for the character that you want or not want. You need that character to SSS for you to even
Just to equip
the
it.
car.
Yeah, I found out on that when I looked at Bison. I was like, "Oh, let me put this car on him," and he said, "Nope." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, that sucks."
And I'm sure a lot of people will get screwed over with that. I feel like, honestly, what they could have done, they just literally implemented everything. They just gave everything to you pay wise, which kind of just confused a lot of people. Even I could even speak for like Wales. Like, you're summoning cars, you're summoning units, you're trying to get better equipment, like you're trying to get resources. So it's like, with your money, what are you gonna choose first, right?
Yeah.
There's no guide to the game,
Yeah,
right?
it's hard
and then that's
to
the crazy
pick.
part, because it's like you just have to figure it out on yourself. Like I said, I wasted a lot of money on stupid shit in this game.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you end up enjoying the game, just continue to play it. People don't realize it's a gacha game. It's not like, okay, well, I got shafted. And I posted numerous videos where I got shafted. You don't see me here trying to cry about it and say, hey, I'm gonna call my bank. I'm gonna get all my money back because they didn't give me the copy that I want. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, I knew what I was getting into, even though if people don't agree to it. I think what made me stay longer, this is honestly my first gacha game where there's an official server, like a Discord server.
Yeah, that's the first for me too.
where,
It's normally a
like,
fan
where people
server.
actually talk, right? Because like, if you got a Discord server for the previous games I played, like the City of Final Fantasy, Opera Omnia,
Mm-hmm.
Bleach Brave Souls, like, man, it's gonna be so many people, just bitching like how the people are bitching now,
Yeah.
know, like. So
And
it's
the,
just like
the crazy thing is that the Discord is probably like 10 to 15% of the player base of
That's
the
the crazy
actual
part, right?
game.
When people are saying the game is dying, they're basing it off how many players are in the Discord. There's only
Exactly.
like 10,000, 20,000 people in Discord. And if
Yeah.
you look at the people downloaded in the Google Play Store and Apple, it's like hundreds of thousands,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, across the world. That's just one part of like maybe the US, and then
Yeah.
there's still the UK and Japan. Well, I'm not Japan's getting. Yeah, no, Japan's getting it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, China. It's just China and Taiwan. I don't know if Japan has it. I don't
I
know.
don't know. All right, but A Plus has their own thing, so it's like the reach is out there, and it's not small. Like
man.
it's not small. Before the game launched, I had found out that so many people were waiting like 2-3 years for this game to launch.
Oh.
Yeah, like there was a devout fan base following this game, and so when Crunchyroll was like, "Hey, we got it, we're doing it," the Discord server was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait!" Like they were like hung up on it. That's one of the big reasons why Dino had to clarify, like, "Hey, our region is our region. Like, you may love the game elsewhere, but we're different. We're doing things different. Our decisions are our own. Like our units are our own. Just like Bison, if anything, he's some may say he's too broken, but I think he's the better Bison out of all the regions. That's all I'm saying."
Yeah, because honestly, I don't even like when the people that are posting the Chinese version or Taiwanese. I actually don't see anyone using Bison.
Yeah, no,
I don't know if like there's a better character already.
no.
Like,
So the reason why Bison only revives once, and he doesn't have immunity. So DJ is literally his counter. They stun him, and kill him, and then he's useless.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good to know. I just hope our version, this bison, just stays the same.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean,
because then if not, that's when I'm gonna be calling my bank. I'm gonna be like, bruh.
like, hey, they lied to me about bison. I don't appreciate this.
They're gonna be like, sorry, sir, your 90 days is up.
Right. How do you feel about the cars? Are they a benefit? Are they a negative? And if anything, what would you change about them?
So I want to say the car is a bad thing. I just feel like they introduced it so early on to the game. What I was trying to mention earlier, people were still trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like adding the cars is just another hassle of, hey, let me take your money in a way. I feel like that's more of like the monetized version. Because at first, when the cars were introduced, I didn't really dig deep into it until how I did recently. But you know, the passives of the SSS cars that makes for the certain character, really helps out a lot. Like if you just read what the exclusive passives are for each character, like a 3 out of 6 or a 6 out of 6, huge difference that actually makes the character broken. Like when the first day of the cars got introduced, of course for me, I was more invested into Bison, so I was trying to summon.
Hands down, Bison's the best card to get.
I'm sure that's what everyone was trying to summon for. But I forgot who it was on Discord, but he was saying he was summoning for Beast Zangief. I was like, why?
Really? Oh, Beast Zangief gives you stun.
Yeah, so his stuns make it, I don't know, I forgot what the passive was, but there's a higher chance for the stun to last longer or something within those lines. But I was like, what? Like the fact that you need to either 3 out of 6 him or 6 out of 6, so that means you got to get the 6 cars for him as an SSS. I just feel like summoning is already shafting a lot of people in this
so
game.
expensive.
Yeah, so now you're adding like another feature of summoning, which is great for content for the game, but I just feel like they could have at least added that later on, and when everyone's accounts are more built up.
Yeah.
But now it's like, while people are still trying to figure out who should they SSS first, who should they SS first, and now you're implementing cars. If they, of course, the newer people that aren't really spending money in the game, all their characters are S rank or SS rank. So even if you put their whole lineup on the wish list and they receive it, it's useless because they can't even equip it, like you said, right? You got it for your Bison.
Yeah, right? I got nothing. Like, it's just sitting there, like, just laughing at me because my Bison is only a S plus right now.
Trust me, man. Like I got 1 or 2 SSS cars for Gen. Yeah. And you saw my summoning video. I got shafted.
Yeah, you're sitting on the side with him right now. You need two more copies, right?
Actually no, he's SS plus now.
Okay.
I need 4 copies. And as much as I want to get those 4 copies, I'm like, I really want to spend more money into this. I'm kind of just holding off, honestly, like this game. I'm not rushing anymore to get far. I think I made it to as far as I can where my account stands. I'm more of just, I guess the inverse world is what I'm still trying to tackle, because man, that inverse world is rough.
I just want to throw my, oh my god. Yeah, I just want to yeet my phone. I just want to yeet my phone every time.
Bro, like the fact that you need when I think after the 3rd or 4th stage, you need a minimum of score of 32 for you to unlock the next stage. So you could beat it less than 32, but you're not gonna unlock the next stage, which is so BS. Yeah. Because it's like, man, like how am I gonna beat this? Like,
and the things that you stack, you have to be so selective. Like it's just because some of them are really a bummer. Like, oh, you die after 10 seconds or whatever. Damage reduction 90 minus 90. I'm like, man, come on. Like, what are you trying to do to me?
Like the one I never choose, there's one that says like once your character reaches below 15% health, it's executed. I'm like, bro,
Never.
my ability is useless. Like, I am not touching that,
I
even though
would
it gives
die
you
instantly.
+5.
One combo, my whole team is wiped. Okay, yeah, sure. No,
I
that's
was
horrible.
Yeah, I was just like, man, but like I said, like doing that. So like right now, even if you're free to play, you have so much things to do. Progressing in the chapter mode, you got the Shadowloo event that restarts every 2 days,
Yep.
Supreme Tower, and you could do every faction now. I think it switches off every day.
Yeah, every day it's from fire. Yeah.
Um,
You have guild stuff to do.
You got the guild stuff that you always want to do every single day. That's a plus. So even if you don't like the guild's name, try to join like a high level guild, because you want to get for the points or the rewards that you get. Because the guild shop, that's actually another thing. Like the guild shop, I didn't know, but I just kept saving my coins until I was like, oh shit, I had 100,000 guild points. Because in the beginning of the game,
That's red equips, man. That's red equips.
that's in red equips, right? But where I was getting pissed off, like I was in the same guild I was when I first started the game, but the points wasn't adding up to the store.
Yeah.
Like let's say I have 10,000 guild points, and then I look at the store, it's like 19,000. Like, all right, well, I'm gonna have enough for tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, I get the 19,000. The gloves I'm looking at is 30,000 now. I'm like,
Yeah,
what the
it
hell?
keeps
Like,
kept
why is it
scaling to
going up?
where your
Like, it's not
story
even
is.
catching up, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, I'm not gonna look at the guild shop anymore. I'm gonna just save them. And then I actually didn't even buy much equipment in the guild shop. I was buying those engraving stones.
Oh, that's
So
smart.
engraving stones, I mean, if people aren't that far yet, is when your SS equips. I prefer doing it when they're max leveled, but it adds a tier. So let's say for your gloves, it gives 25,000 attack or combat power. Now it's plus 50,000.
That's pretty
So,
good. That's a
lot.
buff.
Helps out a lot. And then honestly, the fact that you can get them guild points, I mean, you can spend gems on it. If I'm buying gems for that, I would wait for that to pop up on the Shadowloo Labyrinth on the event, because you know how you can go to the store and it's like 40% off or 10% off.
Yeah, that's the free to play dream. Those stores right there.
Yeah, it helps out a lot.
It really
Honestly.
does.
But like, it's just a lot of things that, like just speaking about it, it's like, man, like it might not seem a lot, but it's a lot that you can do for a game that's brand new.
Yeah.
And mind you, this isn't events. Like you could start off this game now, and even if you missed out on an event, there's still so much things to do. Imagine 6 months from now, 1 year from now, how many events or even just main things that you can do every day to get all these resources. I mean, it might lack right now for a lot of people because this game is still brand new,
But the quality of life will kick in like a couple of months, because like right now, but that's the other thing is like not many people take into consideration that this is an idle game that the developers design for people to play 1 to 2, maybe 3 hours at most every day. It's not designed for 8 to 10 hour grind sessions where people are like, oh, I need to go as fast as possible. So that's the other thing that like people have to take into consideration when it comes to the idle aspect of the game. Yeah,
they just look at the game as still as a gacha game, which it is. Right? That's how I was. Like when you hear gacha game, if you play gacha games prior to this, you kind of know what to expect in a way, right?
Yep.
But I guess that's also for me, this was my first idle game, quote unquote.
Yep.
Like I've never experienced all of this. Like, okay, I can only play for an hour or two. Sometimes I would want to play the game for the whole day. Oh, hey, I called off work. I want to play this game. But all the stuff that I could do, okay, 2 hours in, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Now what do I do?
Yeah, because you hit that wall. Because regardless who you are, the wall will meet you one day, one way. You will face the wall where it's just like, hey, buddy, you're gonna have to slow down.
Every wall that I've hit in chapters always included Sea Viper, Dalsim,
and Guile.
Beast Zangief, Guile, or a Cody, or an
Yeah.
Those are and what's crazy to me, I never thought once, I'm struggling to clear the stage. Why don't I use these characters?
Yeah,
Like, like the reason why I'm struggling is because I can't kill these characters. Imagine just putting them in your team.
yeah,
Won't that be easier, right?
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like how the other guy was talking about, how Payne was talking about, the fact that you need 3 teams at chapter 36.
That's the crazy part,
I
man.
ca-
Like,
oh my god, I do not look forward to that.
yeah.
It's so
But I feel
insane.
like that the game is intending for people to reach that later on. Not
Yeah, that has to be like a 6 months to a year down the line type of thing, because there's no way.
There's no way. Because honestly, like for me, like I wasn't even intending to make that video. I actually just saw a picture from him that he posted, and I was just more intrigued, and I asked him, hey, can you show me like at least a video how that is? And in my mind, like might as well, why is it just for my eyes? Like I asked him, hey, is it okay if I can make a video out of this?
Mhm.
And he was nice enough. He's a really great guy. But he's known for the community for a lot of different games as well.
Yeah, he had very informative. It wasn't like he was just like, oh, I
Yeah,
spent
it's not
money
like,
and that
"Hey,
was
I got
it.
this character." This guy will really go in depth with you, which is
Yeah.
really. I feel like a lot of the content creators right now. I mean, I know there's been newer ones that are popping up. They just talk and
Yeah.
just show, hey, this is my character. This is what it does.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
it. Right?
There's no explanation, no details
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then people kept asking me, "Hey, you should make like a tier list, right?" And I thought about it. I mean, for me, if I would make a tier list, I would really need to go dig deep into it, as in like actually show what the character potential is. It's hard to look at a tier list of a content creator when their characters haven't even reached that extent.
Yeah, yeah,
Beginning of the game, that's why I just skipped that part. Because
Yeah.
why would I want to follow? It's like, why would I want to follow someone that's teaching basketball when his major is baseball? I'm just
exactly. Yeah.
right?
I completely understand. You gotta follow the voice of experience and knowledge, and those that
Yeah.
that actually use it. That's why, like for me, I always try to make sure people know, like, my personal tier list will look drastically different than the one that I actually tried to post up on the community. Cause like half the stuff, like I'm gonna be honest, like I'm gonna say more than half the stuff, like 75% of the stuff on that list would not be there if it wasn't for the community. Like if they were the ones that told me about Cody, they were the ones that told me about Guile, Beast and Geef, all this stuff. Like, cause I myself don't have it. My team is Bison, Dalsum, F Soccer, and Elena. No one else really rocks that team because they have other units. I'm a Dalsum like fanatics in this term, so like I
Honestly,
don't have those experience.
Dalsum has been getting a lot of love in the community. They've been using him.
Yeah,
And,
he versus Guile. Guile has instant explosion, but Dalsum has the dots, the build over time. And if I can't wait for Blanca, Dalsum literally says, if your opponent is on fire, you have another chance to stack other fires by itself. All you have to do is just have one stack of fire, and then you could eventually get like 10 stacks within like 2 to 3 seconds.
Yeah, I honestly can't wait for Fashion Blanca. I believe he's a balanced character, right? I don't think he's a tank. He's just balanced.
No, wait. I think you're correct. He's a balanced legendary. Yeah.
Because I was trying him in the trial. I feel like they didn't really do him that much justice because you couldn't really choose what characters to match him with.
Yeah.
He didn't. Honestly, when I first tried him, I was like, man, like, it doesn't seem like he's that good, right? Like, I just felt like he would just
I
die
hate those
fast.
trials. They don't do these units justice at all.
Yeah, they do. But I feel like once he released with the team that you have and the more knowledge that you have, I feel like we can unlock more potential for that character. Because I was one of the people saying like, oh man, we get Fashion Blanca, he's free, he's gonna be ass.
Well,
But we never know.
probably.
What about now? Like, what's gonna be crazy is like, what if he's up there with Bison?
Yeah.
What if he's an OP tank that a lot of free-to-play players are gonna use now? So now all the people that refunded the game saying, I'm gonna quit this game, want to play the game again, but now they can't even get this Fashion Blanca. Their account is terminated.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. They just lost out on stuff.
It's a double-edged sword, honestly. Like if you want to continue to play the game, just play it, you know, even if you don't agree with a lot of the stuff that they do. If you still enjoy it, just play it, man. Like, there's no point of you going to the extent to banning your account the next day.
That's why
Hey,
I was
I
trying to
kind
ask
of
people
regret this.
patience.
I wanna get my account back. How does
Exactly. I was
that's
trying to ask people. I was like, everyone, you have a right to be upset. No one's saying you're wrong in your anger. All we're saying is just be patient with your anger, because you know a lot of people, especially when they're angry, you make poor decisions. The anger blocks your decision receptors. Like you just you know doing whatever just comes to your head, and you're not even thinking through. You know, like in this instance, especially like especially for those who had a second guess. The moment you have a second guess in your head, just don't do it. You're gonna regret it. If you didn't have a second guess and you're like, I'm done, whatever, more power to you. You spoke with your wallet. I respect that. You know, everybody has a right to speak the way they want to speak. It's just that the after effect, you gotta make sure you eat your cake and have it there. You can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna bounce back and cry and change things. No, you made your decision. You're gonna have to stick with it. That's basically where it's just like, you know, try to be patient. That's why I kept like preaching in the server, like wait until Akuma. That's
right?
that gives you time to cool down.
I honestly feel like that's where everyone's at the standpoint where the game is right now. It's just waiting how this Kuma banner will go.
Yeah,
I feel like if they just went with Akuma first before Monster Hunter Ken, things would go a little bit more smoothly.
this would have been
But
fine. No one would have been
yeah,
pissed off.
having the first actual next banner to be a pay to win banner, it's like, damn, like
It
seriously,
didn't
like
make
this is not
sense. Yeah,
maybe it didn't make sense, right? So that's the thing that I don't agree with the game. But I feel like if they can show that Akuma can be free to play, friendly, and it's achievable, my thing is what people don't realize, the rates are decent in this game, or decent to good.
yeah,
You can pull the character, any character you want. They don't realize that. You can pull every character in this game. Problem is, for you to max him out, you need to pull that character 23 more times.
yeah. The investment, the investment is
if you want to
there.
use the same character, right?
Yeah,
And that's the crazy part, because it's like you can pull everyone. The account as a free to play, you can literally just pull every character that the game is offering. Even Monster Hunter can, even if you get one copy.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's the maxing out part to how far you want to progress that character. That's what people don't realize. In gacha games, you're not gonna max every single. I mean, unless you spend the money, right? But as like a dolphin or a free to play player, there's gonna be that character that you're just gonna have to keep on playing.
Yeah, that
Like
one, your forever character. Yeah,
yeah, like my intention was Bison. That's the only reason why I invested on that,
good
because
choice.
I'm like, okay, look, this guy is OP.
Yeah,
This guy's clearing stages for me. At least when there's new content or something, this guy will help me get the content or get whatever the game is gonna offer.
yeah,
Right? And then the rest will just follow. That's usually how it is. That was my knowledge. People are just quick to say, okay, well, I got my Bison to A plus. I got my Jury as an S. I'm gonna go get my Dhalsim to A plus. You know, like doing
yeah.
that's fine if you don't really care how to progress, or but I don't think starting off like that would help you out at this type of game. Because this type of game, in a way, you kind of want to start off knowing what to actually choose, stick to that, and then everything else will follow.
Exactly. If you start focusing on too much, this especially with gacha games, especially with this gacha game, a shiny nugget, you'll be like, ooh, maybe I should get this box. Oh, maybe I should get that box. Ooh, this banner is a nice $50 box or whatever. It definitely starts getting you to like question and fear of missing out. I honestly never knew how strong fear of missing out or FOMO was.
This game.
Oh, just in general, until this game. Because I legitimately, like, Sakura was my first one. I was like, man, what if she's gone and you can't get her again? So then, am I gonna miss out on a like an OP unit? Like it sucks. Like I don't want. And then like when Fashion Ryu, he's the next one. People are like, oh yeah, he's just gonna be a trash unit. Like, is he? Maybe today he is. And then what about a month from now? Oh, guess what? Bleed is the next hot thing, and only one dude got Fashion Ryu, and everybody's just gonna be crying. Like that's the scary thing when it comes to like how they run the game. But it's smart. It's business. I mean, I understand it. You can't hate it if it it is what it is. That's how I think about it most of the part. Don't spend money if it's gonna break your bank and you're not gonna be able to feed yourself or your kids.
That's the thing, man. Like, if you're gonna invest in this game, make sure you have money aside.
Yeah.
I mean, my money aside could be different from yours, but there's no point of you flaming me about it or me flaming you that you didn't have enough.
Exactly.
Everyone's different, right? I'm not gonna expect you to have the same amount of money invested as me. I'm friends with you or I'm talking to you.
Exactly.
They don't realize it, but people are like bashing each other. Like, oh,
it
you only
should.
spent $100 in this game. Oh, you spent $10,000 in this game. You're stupid or something like that.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
We're not gonna wake up to be told what we spent our money on, right? And then you remarking that comment to me or like to anyone of just saying, hey, why did you spend so much money in this game? It's just because even if you say the simple words of because I can.
Yeah, they're gonna get mad at you. Yeah.
Why are you gonna get mad at me?
It makes no sense. I will say, like, being this is my first time modding in ever. So being a mod in the Discord server, I've learned, it opened my eyes to like how people are. And it's just like, let people enjoy what they earned. Like, you have no right, no say to anything. You may be unhappy with what you got. That's a you problem. That's not a them problem. That's a you problem. And I can't. And like, whenever I see people are like, oh, how much you spend? What, like, why is that important? They're enjoying the game that you enjoy. They're supporting the game that you support. That's all that matters. At the end of it, that's all that matters. We're all, Street Fighter Duel enthusiasts that love the game.
The thing is, like, also, I just want to bring it up there to speak about it to existence, but the people that are complaining about rigged rates, like,
oh yeah, that's a spicy topic.
Like, okay, I got Monster Hunter can on my second draw. Oh, I got Monster Hunter can on my 13th draw. Like, why is that a bad thing?
Right? You got the unit. Be happy.
Like, don't you wanna get this character in this amount of draws? I mean, if I can, hey, that's great. But why am I complaining about it?
Yeah, I don't understand it.
This game is rigged. How is it rigged? It's a gacha game.
Exactly.
Is this game supposed to give you, okay, like, I got a bison on my 10th pull. Oh, I'm gonna get another bison in my 10th pull. If I'm correct, oh, this game is rigged. Refund. What?
Yeah, like, I don't understand it.
It kind of makes no sense to me, man. Like, people that are making those type of comments never play gacha games before. They think like this game is just trying to take everyone's money. They haven't played any other worse games.
Exactly. Yeah, it's. I mean, when the one thing I can say for it is just like, these companies, they're multi-million dollars, whatever number companies that have to follow laws in different regions. Where I know, like in the US, maybe we have some more looser laws, but in the EU and stuff like that, they don't play with their gambling. They do not play when it comes to numbers and like ratios and stuff like that. So in my mind, as an average Joe, I wouldn't want to risk my business if I'm going to, Europe and say, hey, I want you to spend money. I'm not going to risk lying to the consumer. And maybe some companies do, but like I would assume most companies would try to avoid that. Getting canceled is a very prominent thing, and big companies are
is a new thing nowadays. It's crazy.
And lying to the consumer base with numbers, and especially gamblers, that's a fiery topic that, like, it doesn't make sense to me that companies would play with that. I'm not saying they don't, but it just doesn't make sense. So when people are saying it's rigged, I'm like, Is it? It's RNG. Like, how many? Like, you literally have to tell me, like, these 1,000 people legitimately did the exact same thing and legitimately got it. But if you're telling me like Bob and Billy got it, okay, cool. That's just RNG. Literally, that's the definition of RNG.
Seriously. And to add on to that, I was actually speaking this on the video I recently uploaded. When people are comparing free to play and pay to win sites for, let's say, the Chinese version or Taiwanese version, right, or this version, they don't realize maybe it's more free to play there because the economy is different.
Yeah, drastically.
At their minimum wage, let's say, for example, China or Taiwan, would be $5 an hour. For example, I'm just saying, for example, I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
$5, for example, an hour there. If you're gonna change it into currency in a US dollar, while over here our minimum wage is $15 or whatever. So that's a big difference.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have in China these $100, paywalls, all this thing that $100 this, $100 that, no one is gonna buy it.
No, absolutely not.
They're not dumb. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna just implement this game, say, okay, this is the only game that rich people can play.
Yeah.
It's not even that. They base it off the economy. And unfortunately, as much as the average Joes, the economy in the US side, EU, Canada,
Yeah.
they're more of course, inflation.
They're willing
right?
to spend.
They're willing to spend. In China and Taiwan, they don't have the money to spend. That's why the game is more free to play friendly. And that's what I feel like a lot of people need to realize and understand. That's why the global version is not taking that same route.
Yeah.
Why are they saying, man, why is this version more pay to win than free to play when this game should be free to play? I understand, I get their points, but you got to realize the game is not going to be the same.
No.
I would probably say like maybe the units, sure, maybe like the units that was released is gonna release here, but the game wise as an events and everything, even Dino was saying that it's gonna take a different route.
Yeah.
And just wait for it, but people are so used, with gacha games in different regions, they're here basing it off, okay, well, in 6 months from now this event's gonna come up. Well, a year from now we're gonna get this banner.
Yeah.
Which I'm used to. I am used to from playing previous gacha games, which everyone is used to that, right? But I feel like this game is going to be very different. It's going to be the one that kind of breaks that mold. And it's only, I would say, like, the people that are still very interested in this game is going to stay.
Yeah.
Not going to say everyone is going to stay, everyone is going to leave, but it's going to be different. It's going to change people's perspective in a gacha game or an idle game of like, wow, like this is on its own. Like it's unpredictable anymore. I can't predict what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. They're not following a path that was set before them. So it's definitely spicy. Cause I remember in like, I played King of Fighters as a gacha game and they almost to the T followed the roadmap of their China, of the China server. And so people knew, okay, this unit's coming out. Okay, next unit's coming. They like to the T. So it was, as a free-to-play player, it was interesting because I was able to plan out my team ahead of time. But it also took out the fun in testing and guessing and seeing the diversity of what was going to happen. Everyone already knew, okay, everyone's gonna have this team because this is the meta. It's already meta in China. And over here, and we would follow that, but in Street Fighter Duel, no, that's different. And I'm like, I'm loving it.
Supposed to get Monster Hunter Ken, right away, right? Then Akuma just popped up out of nowhere. But yeah. I feel like it's more interesting to me because that it's going that route that we don't know, because I don't have to guess and wait till what meta is. Because if let's say for Akuma's gonna come, they're gonna be like, okay, Akuma's a pass. Now you're like, okay, Akuma's a pass, but what happened? Why is everyone getting him now with the moment he released here?
Yeah.
That's why I don't really listen to those videos of the content creators that are speaking in the future, saying, okay, this character is either gonna impact your gameplay or it's not.
You don't know. You don't know. It's impossible to know.
I'm always the type of person that I want to try it out. Like I actually want to get the character, even if you say that he sucks.
Yeah,
I'll still get the character and try to see, okay, well, why does he suck? Oh no, he's actually good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm
So
the
it's
anti-meta type of player, so I know exactly where. That's why I was like, everyone was going for Chun-Li. I was like, no, I want Dawson. Like, I just knew people were like, everyone was saying that Dawson was like the best in PvP and he sucks in PvE. I was like, let me prove you wrong, and that was basically why I focused on him. So I completely understand that.
It
Like,
also helped a lot of people get Chun-Li max. I actually like that daily, like, I mean, this is on the pay to win side, but that daily like $3 thing that you gotta do, you
yeah,
get some shorts,
best
or you get
pack in the game. Yeah,
and it's like that's great if you do that for different characters. I wouldn't mind spending $2-3 every now and then to get a copy, or get something, right?
oh
I
man,
don't,
that would
I
actually
don't,
be really nutty.
yeah, because I don't want to spend $100 to get one copy. Like that's honestly BS when you need 13 more or whatever to just
Yeah,
max something out or get them to SSS. So it's just like that. Like those are the ideas that I would, mention to the devs if I ever get that opportunity to just, make it fair, because right now to get far in this game, unfortunately, you do have to spend a lot. I mean, it is an idle game. They don't expect you to get to chapter 37 or even
yeah,
chapter 8,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Those are the crazy people that are willing to invest into this game. But as a average Joe, or just like a person, that's watching this, that is either stuck at chapter 15, chapter 16, it's fine to be stuck, because
yeah,
they want you to get stuck there,
yeah,
because
absolutely.
they're still creating the content. You just gotta wait to pass that content when the time comes.
Yeah,
And you don't want to spend money. Of course, no one wants to spend money on an unclear game. But if it's just the point, okay, it's the patience that's gonna drive you insane. It's either you're gonna be patient in this game, or you're like, screw this, I want to play a different game type of
yeah.
thing.
I think that's normally for gacha games. Like, those who stay around like 6 months, those are the ones that are like, they're in the trenches of the game.
Yeah. And I honestly like wasn't expecting to invest like with my time and even make videos in this game, but I honestly took the chance to. I always wanted to do YouTube, man. Like we could probably save that for a different video, but doing YouTube was always in the back of my mind. It's just creating the content was made it hard.
Yeah,
Like if people look at my previous videos and saw from car content and stuff, how can I upload daily car uploads of me either fixing my car or doing whatever, if that's an expensive hobby,
yeah,
right?
that alone
Now
is, yeah,
it changed my mindset why there's so many content creators for video games, because you can, not saying easily make content, you can plan it out. You can plan out a roadmap and say, hey, I'm going to upload this video at this day,
yeah,
or it makes it a lot easier to upload more, and it doesn't have to be boring. You could be very interesting, right? So
I mean, you hit it.
It
You
made me
hit
kind
it.
of fall in love making the videos.
That
Like
and
I don't see it as a chore, man. I
to
honestly
add on
don't.
to that, that's awesome, because like I've been a fan of your videos, so your car stuff is always awesome. That's one thing I will say. But you literally hit the nail on the head where it's ease of access, as well as you can control it more, and everything how you said, like you get to plan what videos you want to do. And I think it's also the enjoyment aspect, because I know not many people will understand how it feels to be behind a powerful car, but maybe more people will understand beating a stage in Mario or something like that. So it's definitely easier to connect with people. And you're a dope dude, so it's like it's easy to like right now this conversation, I'm letting y'all know this is just free flow. We're just having a conversation, talking. So like, and this is how it is in the Discord. The community flows. One conversation goes, there's no one interrupting. Everyone's just adding into it, and everyone's taking whatever they want to take out of it. So that's one thing that I found is awesome. I also again appreciate the fact that you're doing this, and you've impacted the community, and I'm look forward to your videos. Again, I've been a fan before, so I'm excited for the future as to the content that you have coming out.
Of course, man. Thank you. And honestly, like when I first watched your videos and started talking to you more, um, I'm here also coaching you to, improve on your videos and make it a lot better. And honestly, I've been watching a lot of your videos now as well. It's just, the discovery of the players, discovery of the channels, what differs you from the rest,
Yeah.
right? So you have to discover the person first, and then now that's where the audience is gonna be like, hey, do I want to continue watching this guy or not?
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
like I always am a firm believer of like, take every opportunity that you can get, but don't take it for granted.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
if it happens for a reason, that you don't have to question why did it happen. Use
Exactly.
that as your opportunity to improve some aspect of your life, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, let's say, for example, for this collab with you, I'm taking it as a blessing because you're one of the respected guys in this Discord server, and I'm here getting to chat with you. And there's thousands of other people that could probably be talking to you right now, but here you are, you're talking to me right now, which I truly appreciate, man.
I mean, I don't see it like that, but I'm just glad that other people think that. I just try my best to make the community like positive, and again, it's a place that I love with a lot of dope people that I've grown to call them as my friends, as well as just a great game. So,
Of course, man.
but so I guess we'll end it on that, on the positive note. Everyone, follow AyeMarkyMark. This man, he has been around the block. Like his videos are amazing. His car content is amazing. His video game content, which is now up and popping, it's amazing. Like, don't sleep on it. Like, follow him, please. Like, this man is already a legend, so just make him even more of a legend. That's the best way I can say it. Like, comment, subscribe below. Stay happy, stay hydrated, stay alive, folks. This is Sir Turtle out.
You guys.